Today, our guest and my longtime friend of like 15 years, Chef Debbi Dubs. A couple years back, she introduced her first book, What's in Your Pantry? So if you don't have a copy of this one as well, you might need it as well. It's kind of her series of books that she has going on. But today, we are celebrating a little book of cheese. I remember about, what was it, like 6 or 7 weeks ago? Debbi, even though she had worked for us in the past, I still think she works for us, because anywhere she goes, she only uses Melissa's produce. She will not accept anybody else's but Melissa's produce. So I remember, and actually the photographer's here as well. Debbi will introduce her later today, of this creation, which all I see is produce there. But I'm sure there's cheese in there as well. So what a beautiful cover of the book. I sent that photo out to you guys yesterday, and I know a lot of you already started posting. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a lot to say, but I'm not going to say it now. So I'm going to turn it over to Debbi, and she's going to give you a introduction of today's meal today, prepared by Chef Ida and Chef Raquel. Sorry, Chef Debbi, take it away.
Okay, so we're going to start with dessert first, just because we should. This is a yogurt, chocolate yogurt parfait. They chose strawberry jam to put on top. You can put anything on top that you like. So I also made yogurt cheese for you. This is basically just a yogurt cheese, which is, all it is drained yogurt. Strained yogurt, that's it. The little palmiers, this has Gruyere and Parmesan and Fontina in puff pastry. And we cut the puff pastry in half lengthwise so that they're bite-sized. You can make big ones if you like. I think Sue Burns made big ones. We have stuffed shells made with homemade ricotta. And I should tell you there's a mistake in the book. In the stuffed shell recipe, it calls for a jar of marinara, but I didn't put it in the ingredients. Everybody who read the recipes, we all missed that. So just add a jar of marinara. Chicken
it's
parmesan.
In the directions. It's in the directions.
Yes, it's just not in the ingredient part. Chicken parmigiana with mozzarella, probably some parmesan on top. Minestrone soup, one of my very favorites. Did you utilize the 16 medley from Melissa's? That's really great. This is Italian chopped salad. It has meat and cheese, little baby mozzarella, all different kinds of vegetables in there. So it's like a full meal all on its own. My very favorite salad, apple pecan. You can use walnuts instead of pecans if you like. Basic vinaigrettes. And this is the yogurt cheese I made last night. I drained it overnight in the refrigerator and added fresh dill from my garden to it and just mixed it up. So you can actually drain this in about an hour to 2 hours. And it depends on how thick you want it. Leave some whey in there if you like, or drain it all away and make it really firm. And crackers, and that's it.
Right here. Okay, so Chef Debbi's previous book, if you didn't get a copy, she might be able to give you a copy. And this is actually her second book. Where did I do that? Oh, here it is.
Oh, I moved it.
There we go. That's okay.
Sorry.
The Little Book of Cheese. But let me give you a little bit about Debbi here. She began her restaurant background and went on to owning 2 catering companies, private chef services, managing an upscale gourmet deli for spaghettini. Spaghettini is, if you've ever been to it, it's one of our first food service customers, and it's located like right off the 405 at Seal Beach Boulevard. It's really cool. If you ever listen to the jazz station, what is it, like K-Wave or something, K-Jazz or something like that?
The Wave.
The Wave, yes. They're always talking about spaghettinis because they're recording at one of the, they have the brunch there, and then there's a sister restaurant in, was it San Monica?
I don't know, do they have one now?
Yeah.
In Beverly Hills. It's in Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills?
Okay, Beverly Hills now.
But it's not anymore. I'm sorry. Okay, go to the one in Long Beach, okay? That's the one I always go to for the brunch.
Seal Beach.
In Seal Beach, yes. Okay. So, and also a corporate chef here at Melissa's. She has been teaching cooking classes everybody for as long as I've known. She's cooked at Williams-Sonoma, Bristol Farms, Sur La Table, Smith and Hawken, Bloomingdale's, Temecula Olive Oil Company, and she now teaches, actually your first class was last night, in Long Beach at the Chef Tech in Long Beach. It's like right off the 405. What's the cross street right there?
It's on Atlantic.
On Atlantic. So, and she's also, like I said, she wears many hats. She's also ambassador for ScanPan and Global Knives. She hosts a yearly trip to Cambria and Paso Robles. She's really good at this. You've got to go. A couple of our Melissa's associates, like Mickey, have gone and stuff like that.
It is a very worthwhile trip.
Yeah. It's like one of those anniversary trips, when you guys get to a milestone. Well, don't wait another year. Just go. When is your trip usually?
And the last weekend in October.
Last weekend in October there. So you got to talk to her about that as well. We supply the produce for that too. I mean, we're everywhere for her. So wherever she does on these trips, you get to meet some of the winemakers, the farmers, olive oil farms, and more. She teaches organic vegetable gardening and manages her 24 by 24 garden with raised beds. The tomato plants she gave me last year, oh my gosh, it produced so many tomatoes. I hope she sets me up with them.
I took a picture of baby tomatoes this morning.
Yeah.
I left.
Oh, you did? Well, I saw you posting about, how you're doing it. She's also, you didn't even put this on here, she's a master gardener too, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's
And
another
a
thing.
food preserver.
And a food preserver, but she doesn't even put that in her bio. But anyway, to make a long story short, I'm pleased to have here presenting her second book, and it's funny how she put it here. A Little Book of Cheese by Chef Debbi Debs. Easy recipes, artful plating and pairings, a mouse-eyes view of cheese with our Mrs. Produce. So, without further ado, Chef Debbi Debs.
Gosh, it's like old home week here. So thanks for coming today, you guys. I'd like to introduce you to my photographer, Christina Peters, on the end there. Hi. And Christina did the entire cover. She's very creative. I was going to help her with the cheese board, but she just got into it and did the whole thing herself.
And then we ate it.
And then we ate it. We opened a couple bottles of wine, and I think the boys had tequila.
Oh, yeah.
So, and Sue is sitting right next to her. Sue is one of my assistants. We call them Debettes. They're both Debettes. They both do the trip with me, like the trip Mickey went on. So we go the last weekend in October. Friday night we host a big dinner party for you with all different kinds of local wines. And then Saturday we all climb into a van and go over to Paso Robles. This year we're going to Halter Ranch, where we always go. They take really good care of us. They're sustainable. They're trying to dry farm all of their grapes. They give back to the land. As a matter of fact, the owner just put, I think it was $5 million aside to preserve land in Paso Robles in perpetuity. Yeah, so for it to remain wild. They build their vineyards around 100-year-old oak trees. Their ancestor tree is 500, 600, 700 years old. They're not quite sure how much. In order to tell how old it is, they have to drill into it, and they don't want to do that. So we'll do a cave tour there. We do wine tasting in the cave, which is really fun. We have lunch on their patio. And then we're going to travel down this year and go to Rangeland Wines, which is down on Highway 46. And they do a beautiful job as well. They started off as a cattle farmer. And they used to do tastings out of their home, but now they have their own tasting room. And then on Sunday, we're going to go out to Groves on 41, which is in Templeton. And I can't think of her name right now. Her and her daughter run the olive oil farm, and they've done just a fabulous job. They have a beautiful farmhouse where she does a little olive oil education. And Mary and I, you all know Mary Plattis, who wrote Techniques of Olive Oil. Great olive oil book, you have to have it.
Hey, Mary.
So hopefully, Mary and I are going to try and teach out there this summer or in the fall. So it's all on my website, which is debskitchen.com. It's a 2019 tour. I don't exactly know the dates, but it's the last weekend of the month. And I only take 14 people, so I have 4 already signed up.
So what I'm going to do for you today, I'm making ricotta cheese, which is probably one of the easiest cheeses.